On the show this week, what to do if your tarot cards have been handled without your permission, for example, by the customs officers. Hi everyone, I'm on the balcony today. I'm having a mindful Monday, so it means no shopping, no social media, and no doing anything to get ahead in life, you know. So you could ask me why I'm making a video for YouTube, which is arguably social media, and arguably it's about getting ahead in life, because, you know, it's a project and one's putting oneself into the public sphere and hoping for attention, I suppose. But on the other hand, this is something I want to do. I've got 2 packs of tarot cards here. I've got the Golden Universal and I've got the amazing International Icon Tarot, and I need to cleanse them. I need to smudge them. Never done this before, but I've gone to my local, spiritual shop, my local cultural appropriation shop, and I've got myself some sage. So here goes. The neighbours will probably think it's marijuana, but it's not. It's sage. I've been smudged in my life, but I have never been the smudger before. So here we go. Maybe like that. So my intention is, my request to the universe is, dear universe, please get the negative vibrations out of these 2 tarot packs. This one I got second-hand in a shop. It was a display copy, so it's been fingered by 100,000 tourists in central London. So it's got all sorts of awful vibrations in it. Bit more smoke, a bit more smell. Now it's going right into my face. I think the point about my show is that I do spiritual stuff, and I don't do it with a long face, and I don't do it like I'm trying to sell you stuff, and I don't do it in one of those unnaturally clean homes where everything's pastel, and you know that a team of cleaners comes in before each show and cleans it all up so that I look good. No, I'm a real person, and I'm telling you about smudging. So here goes. Universe, please cleanse this tarot deck of the vibrations that it might have picked up in Watkins books where it was a display copy. I think maybe these cards are going to work extra well when they're being smudged. It's actually a very cold day here in Berlin-Neukölln. It's about 5 degrees or something, so I'm shivering on my balcony. I hope this is going to work, because I've had this pack for a few months now, and I can't imagine even beginning to read with it, with all those tourists, greasy fingerprints on it. So it must be cleansed. That looks a bit more healthy. Some smoke there. So let's really get smudging while we can. The International, this one here, it was sent across from America. Very, very excited about that pack. Both of these I will be reviewing later. But the other pack was actually, inspected by the customs officers. The whole package was opened, and my lovely new, mint new tarot pack was actually opened by customs officers. They actually took the tarot cards out to make sure they weren't drugs. And if that isn't bad vibrations, I don't know what is. So I'm really, really keen to get reading with that deck. But obviously I can't until I've got their greasy paw prints off it. I guess they thought it was 100 grams of cocaine or whatever it is young people put up their noses these days. I don't think my neighbour will mind that this smells like marijuana. He'll just be on the phone asking me for some. Okay, now it's really going. Please cleanse these tarot cards of the effects of having been looked at by all and sundry. So we have here these 2 packs, sort of the sublime to the ridiculous. Well, maybe that's a bit harsh. Sort of yin and yang. We've got the Golden Universal, which is a very, I suppose, old-fashioned, styly Rider-Waite-Smith clone. They're both Rider-Waite-Smith clones, but this one is like, it's, what can I say? It's just sort of being gorgeous in an Italian sort of way, but it's not sort of howlingly contemporary. It's not cutting edge. It's sort of just doing its job. I'll review it. I will. I've done it. I've done a review already. I've got it stored on my hard drive. I'm going to put it out later. Whereas the other one, the International Icon Tarot, is one of those insanely cutting-edge decks. It's too cool for school, but in a good way. And unlike anything you've seen before, it's also a Rider-Waite-Smith clone deck, but it really demonstrates how two clone decks can be completely different. Wafts of sage smoke here. It's a strong smell. This is one of those decks that sort of improves, takes the Rider-Waite-Smith and improves it, tidies up the draftsmanship, adds a bit of a gold background. And here's the notorious Page of Wands. 45 years old if he's a day. I love it. But pages were meant to be maximum 13 in those days, weren't they? So that guy's a bit too old, but I think the artist was keen to give us a bit of eye candy to reward our psychic work. I've never read with these because of the greasy paw prints. Now that I've smudged them, I will read with them. That's quite nice. So the figures are quite gorgeous in a way. The nudes are quite nice. Yeah, so we will see how well it works. I mean, I think if a tarot deck is very, very slavishly close to the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's going to, it's like a clock. It's going to tell the time of day, isn't it? If it's got a big hand and a little hand and a battery in the back, it's going to tell the time of day. The ones that I sometimes can't read with at all are the ones that are gone into outer space because they're so abstract, they're so unusual, or the designer has really tried to reinvent the wheel. And tarot cards are a very good wheel. They don't particularly need to be reinvented. Oh, that looks healthy. Okay, nearly finished the Golden Universal Tarot. Universe, please cleanse these cards of those not awful, but random vibrations. Now, Universe, please cleanse this beautiful International Icon Tarot that I like very, very much. And I'm a bit disappointed that it was ripped open by those silly customs men. They ripped it open. They actually took the cards out. They had a look at them just to make sure that no one was going to set fire to them and put them up their nose. The theme of today's program seems to be drugs, doesn't it? Don't know why. Don't take them myself. So I will do a review of this one later. It's fantastic. I mean, as you can see, the great feature of this deck is that it clones the Rider-Waite-Smith, but it goes in the absolute opposite direction to this guy here. It goes for simplicity and modernity, not exactly hyper-modernity, but modernity in the sense of 1950s, 1960s, Brave New World. That didn't quite happen. But it's actually very humorous, this deck, because those signs you see for toilets and things. I mean, that's what this deck is about. It's international icons that anyone can understand, which tarot is anyway, so the whole thing is a graphic joke. So on those signs, in airports, there's a sign for the loo, isn't there, for the ladies and the gents. And there's a figure there with trousers on, figure there with a skirt on. And, these figures are simplified, aren't they? And one of the features of these simplified figures is they don't have hands and feet, and their heads are just these round circles. And this deck has taken on those conventions, which is very funny. This sage stick is really quite recalcitrant, I think the word is. I will lightly smudge the rest of the pack. Look, the world here is very funny. No arms and no feet. And here we have the lion, the bull, the eagle, and the man. And the man is just a circle. I think that's hilarious. So yes, I recommend doing things like that on your Mindful Monday. I've made a list of do's and don'ts. On my don't is no internet shopping on Mindful Monday, no social media, no pushing to get ahead in life, no work really. I mean, I'm self-employed, so I can kind of decide when. Hobbies, like colouring in the tarot, I think that counts as a hobby. You can do that. I allow myself to do that. Ugh. I've got ash in my eye. I'm going to have to break off. Okay, so I've just learnt a bitter lesson. Don't blow at your sage stick, ladies and gentlemen, because as you blow down onto it, it'll send a cloud of little bits of ash up into your eyes. Luckily, the little bit of ash that went into my eye wasn't actually on fire, but I'm here to tell you, don't blow at your sage stick. So yeah, what else can you do on your Mindful Monday? You can do the laundry, of course. You can clean. And you could be nice to people. You can ring up people you haven't seen since the beginning of the pandemic. Ask them how they are. You can be nice to your partner if you've got one. Make yourself available to help. And, see how that feels. Might feel nice. You can do things that improve you, like studying German, but things that aren't directly related to becoming rich or successful or world famous or any of those things that, as we know, human beings like. Last little bit of sage. I'm not blowing on you again, not if you're in the habit of sending sparks up into my eye. There, King of Pentacles. Fantastic. You have been watching Robert Farrah's Tea and Tarot. I'll be back next week with what? Not sure. Bye.